Geez, it's been a while, hasn't it? Been out getting some work done. You know how it is. But now I'm back, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. Back on this old thing behind me, up in the roof there. You saw me pull it out of storage before. Somehow being covered, it's still as full of dust and spider webs everywhere. So I think it's literally like 9, maybe 10 months since I don't even know what I did. Well, it would have been painting it, right? Stripped it all back and painted it in a nice primer. So that's been just sitting here. This is like 1% completed, this project. So for anyone that doesn't know or that hasn't seen, I started this project as a full restoration back to a fully daily drivable car, the car that you can drive around, right? So not only a restoration, modernization as well, a resto mod, I guess you call it, power steering, all of the regular stuff, nothing crazy. And this one's not an 80 series chassis, not a engine swap even. And so we're at this point now where it's at the very most disassembled it can be, and now it needs to get reassembled. Well, I've got to do painting first, but painting is a reassembling of sorts, if you look at it like that. So we're actually close to putting the cab back on, or the base of the cab back on the chassis. But this video is still about this cab here. So as you can see, I've done the whole top, the inside, the footwells, I've done everything, right? But this was sitting on a stand, so I didn't do any of the underneath, and the underneath is still as bad as it could get. It's probably worse than the top, honestly. I mean, there's a lot of stuff back here. You know, there's rust. If you're watching this, you've probably seen cabs that are very bad. I've seen probably some of the worst cabs you can see in the whole country. And this is like one of the most pristine cabs that you can get that was still used. Like that either hasn't been restored or wasn't kept in a freaking museum. In where the body mounts are, nothing. Anyway, what I have to do is, before obviously this goes back onto the cab, I need to completely restore this underbody, or else you can't do it when it's on a cab. And this would be the biggest waste if I didn't fix the underbody before it went on. It's just gonna be a simple job, much like the top, except I won't be using paint stripper, I don't think. Just to grind everything back, sand everything back. I'll do another coat of primer, get all the way around, and then I'll do the underbody in a color matched Raptor coat to the top, which is the sandy taupe. I think that'll be really nice. What I'll also do is put the fuel tank back in, fix up a few of these lines that are up here. I'm gonna fix up these tank straps. Then realistically, this can go back onto the chassis, which will be really nice, and then we'll really be getting somewhere. So, I know I haven't done any videos in a long, long time, but I now only have this car to do. I've got to go through the whole thing, start to finish, from now until it's completed. And it starts here with this job of the underbody that I'm gonna do right now. look at that. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Geez, it's dirty work though. Been a while. That is all of the bulk of the work done. I've chiseled and wire wheeled off all of that tar underneath. I have also grinded back the rust as well. Wasn't that much actually. A lot of it I thought was rust. It was just that undercoat with dirt on it. It's mainly at the back, on that back curved panel, right the way across. Under the floor pans, all that, it's like perfect. I've got to now do a bit of sanding just to roughen up that texture that's on that panel. Then tape up where I originally got to. So here along, there's literally a hard line that I got to with the top layer of primer. So I'll just mask that and throw it up. Then I'm gonna put a metal, what do you call it? Metal conditioner, rust converter over the whole thing, mainly focusing on the back part, and then I'll put primer over the top. Hopefully I remember how to do this, because the last time I did it was on the top half, and that was way more difficult. So hopefully this should be easy. Now this is the most important part. That's got to sit now for about 30 minutes or until I see fit. Usually about 20, 30 minutes. And then I have to rinse the whole thing off with water, make sure there's nothing left, and then dry it out, and then paint it. That's bloody lovely, that is, bloody lovely. So that's just the primer, of course, all down, all in all the crevices that I could get to, which is nice. Now I have to wait like at least 3 to 4 hours before that dries, before I can put some paint on, but I'll probably just do it tomorrow, because in the meantime, I have the fuel tank to restore. Cannot remember what condition it's in. I should just be able to grind it back, paint it. I might slosh out some of the old diesel, pour that out, restore the straps, restore the lines. I'll paint everything black, and then I can get them up into there after I put the Raptor coat on, obviously. Okay, that's it, done. The painting is done underneath. It looks amazing. I ended up using 3 bottles of Raptor. I went very over the top. I fixed up the fuel tank. It looks great. Just pretty much, it wasn't actually all that bad. Just grinded a little bit back, bit of paint over the top, just a underbody coating that Raptor sells. I put the fuel pickup back in. It's still rusty on the top. I'll grind it back and put some paint on. I put it in with just some M4 bolts from Bunnings with a screw on the top. I showed them there, M4 by 10 mil. Just so you know, that is what can put these back in. They're the right size bolts, they work, because the old bolts are almost always unusable. I haven't put the new fuel gauge sender in there because you can do that at the top, and I'm gonna get a new one anyway, so I'll just wait for that. At the moment, I'm just gonna get everything back together again and unmask the car. That just looks so awesome. And it'll look even better when it's on the cab and no one will ever see it again. So a lot of work for something that no one will see, but when restoring cars like this, it's all about the stuff you can't see, which actually sucks, but eventually we'll get to the stuff that you can see. Anyway, got the fuel tank back in. Fuel tank was, as I said, pretty clean. That's pretty much it. I literally just painted it and washed it out a bit. It was fine. I'll get all new rubber lines to go through there, but you can put all that in afterwards. It's pretty much, that is in now. So it can, with a little bit of work, just go onto the chassis, and like everything else isn't too difficult, right? Like if you were to put it back on the chassis, it'd be very difficult to get the fuel tank back in because of just everything. Like it's wider than the chassis. There's the bar that goes through and you gotta work around it. It's just not quite as easy. So I'm glad I got it in, and it just looks awesome, doesn't it? Especially when you compare it to the beginning. I mean, it's fantastic. Wow. So that's it. That's the video. I don't even know what I'm gonna do next, actually. I'm literally just figuring out as I go. I've got disc brakes, the start of power steering. I've got the 5-speed to go in, but might do some paint here and there. I don't know, you'll have to see. Honestly, you'll have to just wait and see. And so will I. But that's it. Hopefully I've put all the information in here, but it's pretty simple and straightforward, right? Like 3 liters of Raptor coat in whatever that color is. I'll put the color code there. I showed you the bolts that I used. So a simple job. And to be fair, I think it's only taken me about a week, so that's pretty good. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video.